Hi students, and Fenway says hello to you too. Today we're going to start reading our last text together. It will be a text study called One for the Murphys by Linda Hunt. Some of you have probably read some of her books before. Fish in a Tree, which is a great book, and Shouting at the Rain. So today I'm going to read you, and Fenway will join us in our book nook, or this is our den. I want to read you the excerpt on the back of the book, and then we'll read chapter 1 together. 12-year-old Carly Connors can take a lot. Growing up in Las Vegas with her loving mother, she learned to be tough, but she never expected a betrayal that would land her in foster care. When she's placed with the Murphys, a lively family with 3 boys, she's blindsided. Mrs. Murphy makes her feel seen and heard for the first time. Then, just when she starts to believe she could truly be one of the Murphys, news from her mother shakes her world. All right, let's take a look at chapter 1. So the chapters are divided into pretty short sections. I just finished actually reading this book last night. It's April 30th, so I do a lot of lesson plannings way far out. Probably about 5, maybe 6, 7, 8 pages per chapter. Lucky for us, our chapters are titled. This is called Lucky Girl. Ben, are you excited about the text? Huh? Yes, I'm very excited about the text. I'm sure we'll get some noises from Fenway in a moment. Sitting in the back of the social worker's car, I try and remember how my mother has always said to never show your fear. She'd be disappointed to see me now, shaking, just going without a fight. The social worker, Mrs. McBoy, pulls out of the hospital parking lot while I play with the electric lock button on her car door. Lock, unlock, lock, unlock. She glares at me in the mirror and says, "Please stop that. The door needs to stay locked." I love it when people use the word please, but they sound like they want to remove your face. I stop. But I'm not doing it to bug her like she thinks. It's just that I can't keep still, and it beats jumping out of a moving car. My fingers play with the hospital bracelet. I stare at my name, Carly Connors, 13 letters. How unlucky can one person be? So we're learning a little bit of information right now. Something about a social worker, in a car with a social worker, and something about some sort of hospital visit because she has the hospital bracelet on. I think about my mother, still there, lying in her hospital bed like an eggplant. I wonder if she's conscious yet. I wonder why no one will tell me what's happening with her. And I wonder why I can't seem to ask anyone. Gazing out the window, I count the trees. Connecticut is covered with them. But in March, the branches are still bare, like long gray fingers waving us along as we sped by. "We're almost there," Mrs. McBoy says, taking a corner faster than I think any social worker is supposed to. I think back to sitting in that hospital bed, bunching the blankets up in a fist, asking her if they were going to send me to an orphanage. "We don't call them orphanages anymore," she said, shaking her head and laughing. Like that was the point? Now I'm trapped in her car, going to a place she's chosen. After what my stepfather has done. I'm terrified thinking about what kind of foster house I may land in, the things that could happen to me. I think of the Little Mermaid mural near the nurse's station, how the Tooth Fairy gave me that CD when I was 7 and my mother let me get up to listen. When I found it under my pillow at midnight, we danced around the kitchen together. We sang Kiss the Girl as she chased me to get a kiss. I never once ran away for real. You know, Miss McCoy says, pulling me back to reality, you're very lucky, Carly. You're kidding me, right? Her mouth bunches up. Well, she sounds like a ticking bomb. It's a nice home, a good placement. You are lucky. Guess I should buy a lottery ticket then. Someday, Carly, you're going to realize that being angry at the whole world only hurts you. I wonder if that isn't the point. We drove up to a house the color of dirt. Tall, thin trees surround it, like guards on watch. There is a 66 on the mailbox, a palindrome. So let's stop there for palindromes, because palindromes is a pretty interesting word, and it's one of your vocabulary words. So for those of you that don't know what a palindrome is, let's take a look at some of these palindromes that I wrote down for you. This is a funny one. This is probably one of my favorite ones. Go hang a salami. I'm a lasagna hog. Look at how go hang a salami and I'm a lasagna hog. You can spell it front ways and back ways, and it makes the same letters in a different way. Or we had a palindrome this year on February 22nd of this year. Mom, M-O-M, or backwards, M-O-M. Dad, same thing. Wow. No lemon, no melon. So it's basically reversing letters or numbers, and you get the exact same meaning. Oh, looks like Fenway's going to enrich us with some of her bone activity as well during our readings. Let's see, continuing on. Mrs. McCoy opens the car door for me. This is a very nice family, Carly. She puts emphasis on my name as if to give me a warning. And this is the first time they've taken a foster child. I know this is her way of telling me to be a good girl. The walk up the driveway feels like wading through glue. I've read books and seen movies. I know what foster parents are like. They smoke cigars and feed you saltines for breakfast. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Standing on the porch, I count the leaves on the plastic wreath that hangs on the door. The bright redness of the flowers reminds me of the swirling lights of the ambulance. I have a vague memory of my mother screaming for me in my own voice, trying to yell for her, and the taste of blood. I remember that. I remember the blinding pain surging through my body and then feeling nothing at all, wondering if a person like me would go to heaven. I jump when the door swings open and a woman smiles. She's the kind of person you'd never look at twice. Her hair is shoulder-length straight in different shades of brown. Her blue V-neck sweater matches her eyes, and she wears a silver leaf necklace and plaid pants. Plaid pants? She holds out her hand. Well, hello, Carly. How nice to meet you. I'm Julie Murphy. I can't reach back. Even the name feels fake, too perky. I wonder why she's happy to meet me. I wonder how much she knows, and I hope that I do not like her. Then the whole thing gets even worse. Mrs. Murphy steps to the side. Behind her stands 3 boys. The smallest one runs over, stretching his hands up towards his mother, and she swoops him up. I can't stay here. I'm probably here to be the live-in babysitter, or a modern-day Cinderella. The oldest boy looks at me like he wants to wrap me in the carpet and leave me on the curb. I haven't cried since my mother told me she was going to marry Dennis. That was 384 days ago, but now I want to cry. His mother tips her head to the side and holds a gaze until I just can't look anymore. I hear her voice soft. Why don't you come in, Carly? So today you'll continue on with chapters 2, 3, and 4 in Learning Ally. The great thing about Learning Ally is you can obviously read and it can read it to you. But it is a very interesting text. There's a lot of twists and turns to the text. And some of you will find it a very quick and interesting read. Fenway, did you enjoy the text today? Fen? Well, it seems like the text has maybe put Fenway to sleep. So let's get back to what we need to do today in our Google Slides.